my grave, I'm not going underneath. Call it luck, I'm just getting what I reap. Should've died, angels kept me on my feet. That's why these demons gotta kill me in my sleep. On my grave, I'm not going underneath. I never go another winter without heat. Gotta face it, just can't turn the other cheek. That's why these demons gotta kill me in my sleep. They know me very well, I ain't live no fairy tale. All the work that I put in, they know I ain't gonna tell. I keep it 100, cause all I know is real. I come from a line of hustlers, they only know the deal. They taught me how to move them quick and to play it slick. And to make sure that I watch out who I'm fucking with. Those motherfuckers got the game fucked up. They telling no motherfuckers to get a time cut. They swings, they biggest fear is a lawnmower. I dare a motherfucker say my name, watch how I John Doe 'em. I blindfold them, duct tape to hold them. They bodies eroding, exposed it in acid soaking. I'm popping pills and smoking, overdosing on hydrocodone. My story keeps unfolding, a prophecy growing. I'm on vacation, but I'm buried these snitches who scared of a conviction. Leaving the scene, but I'm leaving no witnesses. I just look at it like I'm saving somebody a sentence. My name won't be mentioned, so motherfucker, let's get it. As I time the mission, cause my decision will leave your fucking sinus stripping. On my grave, I'm not going underneath. Call it luck, I'm just getting what I reap. Should've died, angels kept me on my feet. That's why these demons gotta kill me in my sleep. On my grave, I'm not going underneath. I never go another winter without heat. Gotta face it, just can't turn the other cheek. That's why these demons gotta kill me in my sleep. Circle well rounded, but still summer square root. Aided by the streets, only objective is to chase loot. Off my own too, that's how I pivot. Street life full time, no intermittent. I ain't scared of a sentence, accusation like clue. That sycamore blue is terror, hoping who's your roots. If other troops, I lead my army through the field. Ain't gonna send the pawns march through the blood spill. I'm sold like a pill, I alter your mind state. What y'all lack is heart, fall apart to the high stakes. Do this my way, my reputation savage. When I was down, bitch, I divided up the fractions and multiplied the addicts just to get the bag up. Seem like I'm always down, this shit don't add up. You big mad, huh? How I feel that I stay loyal. Acting like my brother when you mean more to me in the soil. I'd rather smoke a foil than shake your fucking hand. Regards you little bro, so I'ma turn my back like a man. You ain't trying to see these hands just cause you can't control your bitch. Oh, I take it to the grave, I ain't never snitch.
See, I'm off. Hey, it's Miranda Monday. Where's the feedback?
You got to turn that off.
I know. Where's the feedback coming from?
Yeah, I believe it's from maybe
Is
your
it-
iPad. Is it your little tablet?
I don't know.
It's your tablet.
There we go.
There we
See?
go.
Slacking. Hey, everyone. So, with me this evening, Joe couldn't make it last minute. Just saying.
She's just saying.
So I have a really good friend of mine and an associate, Amir.
Formerly known as Greg.
There you go.
Yo, I got some big shoes to fill tonight, huh? Mr. Joe Kemp, the
I
legend.
know.
I don't even know if I'm worthy to sit in this seat.
Man,
Gotta, yeah.
that's definitely a character.
We'll see if we can make it up.
And a monkey together, man.
Oh man, I ain't worthy. I'm so fortunate.
It's curtains. So I don't want to lollygag.
That's right.
I do want to definitely get straight into the interview, and I want to introduce to my people who don't know Southern Prospect.
Yo.
Hi, how are ya?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
Hey, we good now?
Great now. You sound great.
I appreciate y'all for having me, for real. This is an honor. Seen y'all shows a few times, man, and something I've always dreamed of being able to do. So it's cool to finally be a part of this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then it will go on afterwards. Anytime you drop anything,
I'm hoping.
tag me in it.
I will, man.
You
I
know,
appreciate
absolutely. So before we get into the interview, do you have any shout outs, plug sponsors?
it. Yeah. So first, I guess I'll start off by shouting out my family. They're my biggest supporters. Between my mom, Angela, Harold, my dad, my son, Kason, in there. They're watching me right now. I can hear the feedback. Tiffany, my wife. We just got married.
Like the ninth,
The 6th.
6th.
Yeah. So, and I'm trying to remember. I actually just changed my passcode in my phone to our anniversary, so I'll never forget. But yeah. So, but after that, between friends and family, like Tad Fairley. Then you got artists like Zilla Gorilla, Hitman. These guys is really TJ Freak. Matter of fact, Hitman just messaged me and said, I can't wait for this because I'm going to be in there talking shit. Miranda knows who I am, so.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, we have an
Yeah.
interview. We have an
Yeah.
interview with him.
But other than that, just really my fans. They're honestly probably they should probably honestly get the biggest shout out because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be where I'm at now because it takes people buying and promoting the music and sharing the music and streaming the music to even make me relevant. I could
That's
have
what's
the
up.
dopest song in the world and the most powerful message, behind it, and nobody's gonna hear it if it ain't for the people, for the fans that's pushing it. So thank y'all, honestly.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
Yep, yep. And I do want to say hi to the missus. It's Tiffany, isn't it?
That's it. She's in here. She's tagging literally everybody
Uh,
from what I'm looking at right now.
Hi, Tiffany. um, so let's go back to the beginning. Do you
Okay.
remember falling in love with music?
Yeah, so I started doing music at a really early age. I was never good with sports. I was never good with girls. I was never the popular kid in school. Music for me was my outlet. I could be who I wanted in whatever world that I wanted to be in. It was just up to me to write the story. Um, so that was my way of venting and becoming who I wanted to be. I started I think 10 playing now I was bashful like the singing part no but like playing the instruments and things like so I started out early playing started with the piano and then went to the guitar and stuff like that so I've always loved music. um I didn't want to do the singing part because I was scared of being in front of a crowd until I finally did it, and then that changed the game.
Changed it completely,
It
huh?
did. It really did. I found out very quick I like the attention and being able to be up there and doing something that other people actually are enjoying. You know, God gives everybody gifts. It's just up to you to find it and choose to do something with it.
Hey, I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
so when you first performed, what was that like? Tell us about that
Lo-
experience. I know
Logan's,
you remember.
Ohio. Logan's, Ohio. Zilla Gorilla brought me out there to a show. It was a big show too. That's actually where I met Hitman. Everybody out there. Uh, and I wasn't even on the list to perform, and nobody even knew that I was coming. Zilla was like, he's always backed me. Shout out Zilla Gorilla. He's always pushed me to do this. I started out as a graphic designer. I was doing everybody's graphic works behind the scenes, and then just one day drinking and hanging out with. I made friends with Zilla and something sacred in them, and we were all sitting there just talking one day, and they was like, "Well, let me hear it." So I just started spitting, and next thing you know, they was like, "Yeah, you're doing this. I don't care whether you want to or not." So Zilla actually made me drop it. So I drove 4 hours from my house to his house, got in the car with him, and drove 14 hours from there to Logos, Ohio, where he had the show.
Mm.
And they didn't even know who I was, but they put me on stage just to do one song.
All right.
And I was hooked then. I
Did
was
you
like,
slay
yeah,
him? Did you slay him?
yeah, I think I did. I mean, so, uh, but yeah, no, it's been ever since now.
That's
what's up.
awesome. That is awesome. So you took it rather seriously very early on.
I'm 30. Yeah, well, I did for a little bit. You know, being younger back, I'm 32 years old. So when at 13 and 14 years old, we had, I mean, some of these guys, some of these people that might be watching probably has no idea what an AOL CD is, but we used to get them hoes from Walmart all the time just for the 30-day free trials. So people don't realize how easy it is now to actually become relevant in the music game, where back then it wasn't, because you were pushing mixtapes and making CDs and
Mm-hmm.
out there on the street. And that was something that I couldn't do at 14 years old. I didn't come from a family that just had the money just to do that. As bad as my mom and father wanted to support me and allow me to chase every dream that I could, that dream still cost money. So as I got older, I realized that this lane is something that takes a lot of money to back. And so I had to find something that was going to keep me relevant in it. So I got into the graphic design, that way I could stay connected with the artist until I was financially able and ready to actually do it. And at 32 years old, I ain't got time to play games. So it's bust ass and do something now, or sit back and be mad at yourself for not doing it later.
That's right. You can wait, time passes you by,
Yep.
and then you sit back and think, "Hey, I should have did it
Shoulda,
then, there,
coulda.
when."
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Well, so. What do you do aside from the
Actually,
graphics?
so me and my father and my little brother, we own a floor covering company, and we do mold and remediation outside of this, so construction. So there's days like where this is how serious I am. Like, so I'm up, supposed to be up now. I'm always late, but I'm supposed to be. We're supposed to be, heading to the job by 7 in the morning. I work 14 hours a day. Come home, get right in front of this computer, and sit here till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, you can sleep when you're dead, but I'm sorry, I ain't got time.
Right.
Uh,
Right. Now, is it a combination of you're still doing the graphics and the
I've
music?
I've I've slowed down a lot with the graphics because I've learned, and not talking bad about nobody, but everybody wants something for free. There's no money in it. By the time you do 5 graphics for somebody, y'all done became friends. No matter how hard you try not to become that person's friend, and then a lot of people just it gets taken for granted sometimes. And I'm not calling out nobody. I promise I'm not. It's just sometimes I don't have the time to sit and do everybody else's graphics when I can't even make the time to do my graphics. So
Right. Right. It's the nature of the beast. And with you being a good hearted individual, you
I try.
know, yeah.
I try.
So it happens and quicker than you even see it coming. And
Yeah.
it's not a
uh,
bad thing necessarily, but
It's not.
enough
It's
is enough at some point in time.
it's just my way of keeping. If you call me 5 times, if we're supposed to be friends and you call me 5 times, and 3 or 4 of those conversations started off with, "Hey man, I need a graphic," we were never friends in the beginning. We're just acquaintances, and I'm offering something that you need.
Right. Right.
It's
Absolutely. And
sorry, I don't mean to put it like that, but
no, because you're absolutely. I've watched. Okay, so Joe does ours, and I've watched him critique it. That is a completely different type of brain than than the
yeah,
average person. You guys see different shades of red where there's not a whole lot of difference, but y'all see
yeah.
that. So you use a different part of your brain.
It, I've sat 6 hours on an image one time, and it looked phenomenal, just to get told, "Well, now that you put it in perspective and I see it, I don't think this is going to be the route that I want to go. So let's do a revision." I'm like,
Oh,
"Yeah, I'm gonna revision your face. I'm sorry."
right. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the artistry, because you said a couple of key things that I think are really critical, and your fan base is like, sounds like to me like you're really hitting a lot of different cylinders, right? So you
Yeah.
said you started off, you were playing what, piano, keys, you were playing several instruments, and tell me about that experience. Let's talk about that a little bit.
It was, I don't know, like, so it was just, I love sound. I love being able to put things together. I was never a book reader. I hated reading books.
Right.
I was the guy that would wait for the movie to come out. But to me, music was a way of writing books. I'm sorry, your instruments are the pages, and your lyrics are the chapters. And that was something that I thought was the coolest thing that I could
Oh,
do.
yeah.
I could
Tell
write
a
100 stories with the
tell a
same thing.
story.
exactly. And I thought that was cool. I didn't even want to be a rapper. I'm sorry. I never wanted to rap. Rap to me was fun. It was a way that I could sit and put words together faster in my head to be able to write songs faster. But then people was like, "Yo, that's actually you're kind of good at it," and so I gave it a shot, and then that's kind of where we're at now. But I got some really cool things on the way that I ain't even showed y'all yet. But
Oh,
we
can't
are
wait.
working on a full country EP,
Really?
and it's pretty cool.
Well, that's
Looking
what's up.
forward to that. So you would be strictly country?
No, I'm still gonna be a little bit of everything. I'm still gonna
N-
do a little bit of everything, but I
No,
want to show
prior
that.
to.
Oh yeah,
Right now, yeah.
prior to this album, I don't even know what genre you would classify me in, because one minute I'm rapping, one minute I'm writing about having a drinking problem, next minute I mean I don't know. Like it's I really don't know what you would classify me in.
Well, they got a new.
Hitman is saying that he can't hear you.
Well then, clean your damn ears out. Nah, I
Ooh.
don't know. I'm everybody else should hear me. I would hope. I could turn on.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
just turned my volume
Turn
up.
your volume up, Hitman.
Stop getting those Boost mobile phones and go get you a good phone, Justin. How about that?
Yes. Yes, it's happening.
So me and Miranda were having a debate, right? Probably about a good 6 months ago, and it was about rapping versus emceeing. And one of the things that came up and really changed my mind because I'm a record producer, by the way, and I work
Okay.
for. I used to work with a very famous artist that most people know, and probably we don't even want to talk about him, but we gonna go in a whole nother direction. But we were talking about MCs versus rappers,
Yes.
and let's talk about that dynamic because like right now, you said one thing that's key is the music, and you're doing a full country album, but it's going to be a mix of all of your talents and your skills. Do
Mm.
you see yourself as an MC? Do you see yourself as a rapper? What do you see yourself as?
I'm I'm an artist. I
Okay.
don't I don't classify myself in just one lane because I want people to see that I can do it all. I look at a MC as somebody who's very lyrical,
Hmm.
somebody who catches you with wordplay,
Okay.
not so much of what the producers did with your voice. I think, and I know that this is going to be kind of controversial, but I guess if I was to break like the difference from an MC and a rapper would be somebody who has a very good production team. Their lyrics are good, don't get me wrong, but they have a very good production team. So you would push them more towards the rapper status, where an MC to me is somebody that you could watch their video that was recorded with a BlackBerry phone, but their wordplay is just so different. That's what catches you. Um, I haven't been able to do that yet, in my opinion. I'm not. I'm not going to say that I'm the greatest, or because I know there's a lot of room for progression. If you go back and listen to my very first song and you listen to what I'm doing now, you're going to see the progression, and there's still a hell of a lot more to learn in this game. I've taught myself how to run Pro Tools to the best that I can off of my computer watching YouTube videos. I don't
Hey.
have a recording studio that I go to. Everything that you hear me do I record here. Now, don't get me wrong. I've talked to like Shamu the Panda with Drum Dummy and all them. TJ Freak, they've pushed me. They've helped me get the Shure SM mics, the Apollo solos, the Cloud lifters,
Mm-hmm.
all this. Get the right stuff, stem it out, send it to you. That was kind of like my. So I'm still learning.
Right.
Um, it's I don't know, like, but with this lane, I want my son to be able to listen to my son's one of my biggest fans. I want my son to be able to listen to my music. At
How
least
old
some
is
of my
he?
music. He's 10. He's actually sneaking in here right now. You come say what's up. Uh,
Don't be shy. Don't be
uh,
shy. Tell him
he
don't
got
be shy.
he's but no, so he I want him to be able to like some of my stuff. And we were sitting there one day, and he loves the country singing side. So this album is actually just going to be strictly me singing. I did the rap side. I've showed that I can do this. That's
Mm-hmm.
kind of where I'm going with this. I want to eventually start doing different things.
Well, you know what? We like Miranda said, we're definitely looking forward to that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
So one more thing, and just because you're bringing up a lot of different nuances, and I like what you're saying. One thing that changed my mind about even like country rap or country hip hop is this past year has been a dynamic year, and you know what the game changer was?
What's that?
Lil Nas X, Old
Did
Country
he?
Road. You
I
feel
think
me?
that actually really did put a big thing on it because there's actually a change that I don't even think people's noticed yet.
Mm-mm.
If you go look, like you just said, Nas, when he does that, it opens up a lane. Now, don't get me wrong, you got other artists like Ryan Upchurch and everybody else that's been doing it. But then when you got somebody from another genre come over and do it, that showed other artists from other genres that they can do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's in my opinion, I feel like that's why you're seeing people like Trillville just got done doing a show with them. They're coming over on this lane. Lil Scrappy's coming back doing his thing. You just
That's
had
it.
Little White down there at Redneck Rave. I mean, you got all these artists. Jelly Roll just is now on the radio on country radio stations.
Yes.
I mean,
So
Jason Aldean and Ludacris just teamed up. I mean, it's Florida Georgia line is teamed up with Nelly. So my
yeah,
thing is, I mean, I think that right now the door is open for somebody like you to just come on in and ease on
I'm
in.
trying. I
And
want it.
for me, country is like really becoming a more. I mean, it's always been a global force. We don't take nothing
Yeah.
away from it. But I say, it's being respected in every single genre.
Yeah.
People who are coming and listening and paying attention now, who weren't paying attention before, are really paying attention. So even like the hardcore hip hop lovers from New York, now the door is open for them to take an artist like you and say, "Hey,
Heck,
man, this dude's got talent, man." So it's a good time, right?
yeah, no, and trust me, that's exactly what I want. But I've learned that just keep doing me. I'm I'm trying to create a lane that I know that I'm comfortable with, that I know that I'm good at, and people's gonna see it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, trust me, I want that. I go to sleep thinking this. I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning, just laying there. I know this is gonna sound weird, but I write music at my best right about the time I'm about to fall asleep, and I think it's because my mind's so much more clear. I'm at that point of I'm about to start dreaming,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll wake up and I'll just and I'll be like, okay, hold up, I need to write that down, otherwise I'm gonna wake up in the morning, I'm gonna forget that. So,
Yeah.
and I'll
Yeah,
roll over, and Tiffany's like,
yeah.
"What are you doing?" I was like, "I gotta write this down real fast," and she's like, "Seriously, it's 2 o'clock in the morning." I'm like, "I can't help it." So,
Man, catch it while it's there. Absolutely. Absolutely. Keep a notebook by the bed.
Facts.
Yes. Yeah. If you can't get it, you get a hold of your phone or whatever.
Hey
Write it
man, it's
down.
nice to see you got your phone working. By the way, just stick around. Daddy's got you, little prospect.
That's
I'm
cute.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, no,
Miranda.
no.
I seen his post down there.
Got to get your digs in on them, right?
Yeah, no. I was just going through. So, how do you prefer to write, or does it matter? Do you have to hear a
No,
beat?
it does to me. I don't punch in. I will from time to time. Like if I'm just at that point where I can't sit and physically put something together, sometimes it is actually easier to punch in a verse or something just to get you past a section or a point in the song. Me personally, I'm that guy that will record a hook. I'll get a hook finished, and I don't do nothing to the song after that. I would literally sit after that hook is done and listen to it on repeat for a week because you don't realize it. But I think some of these younger artists or these artists who are just too quick to release, uh, you can listen to your song 100 times, and by the time you made it to the 65th time, you're gonna notice sections in that song where you could have changed the cadence or changed the syllable where it sounded different. You rolled different, still gave the same energy, the same meaning, but you could have done something just a little bit different just to change it up so it wasn't so drug out, or done something a little different or better. And that's to me. So writing to me, sometimes I can have a song done in 2 or 3 days. Sometimes I can have a song done in 2 weeks. It just depends on where I'm at or what I'm feeling with this song. Uh, but I do like writing. Everything gets wrote down on my phone. I wrote stories just to try to go back. I've wrote songs from 3 years ago that I never found a beat good enough for up until 2 months ago. So
Hey.
it yeah,
No.
it's
Yeah, keep them absolutely. Keep it all. Keep it all. And don't keep it in necessarily in the phone because as soon as you lose your phone,
That happened already. That happened. So
man,
I pay that extra, and I do that backup cloud storage stuff. But I got crappy handwriting, and my spelling sucks. So
gotcha.
Yo, but don't be so quick to be the guy or the girl who's on YouTube or TikTok or you know, Snapchat or whatever, throwing out a project just like you said, just to throw out a project, because at the
Mhm,
tail end of the day, you see people doing that, and
mhm,
they got product out there, but it's not good product. They didn't perfect it.
exactly.
They didn't put no love into it,
Yeah.
right?
It's
Yep.
quantity versus quality.
Quality
And
has to be
see,
there.
that's
Yep.
something Lil Nas X might have blew the door open, but when they came to the dark side and you started listening to country rap, it was a completely different. They have to weed through some bullshit. I'm just
Oh
gonna
yeah.
say it. You know, not necessarily those who put them out very
Oh
quickly,
yeah, he had some uphill battles,
but
a lot of them.
oh yeah, um, it's a process, and then you have the artistry down. Now it's getting it out there and getting it seen. So now it's the marketing, it's the networking.
Yeah.
You've already done all that. You've already paved the way.
That's that's kind of like my thing. I just made a post earlier today on Facebook. You know, life is like a roundabout. You can choose to just sit there and be. You know, you can go through it and progress with life, or you can choose to sit there at the yield sign and be scared.
I saw that.
Uh,
I saw that.
I
it's
shared
That's
it.
what's up.
I
Yeah,
had to share it.
that was on point. Like that, man.
actually I was going through it. I was literally we were going through a roundabout, and I was like, yeah, let me do that. And then I spelt everything wrong, and I had to go back and fix everything.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, man. My favorite artist from a country hip hop standpoint is, guess who? You probably won't guess, but I'm gonna tell you because I don't even know if you know or remember, but I'm sure you probably would. Everlast, remember Everlast?
I ain't gonna lie, no, I don't.
Okay, so you got to check
He's
out this dude
young.
from the '90s. His
All
name was
right.
Everlast. He was a hip hop, but he also sung and played guitar.
Yes.
But he was
That's
country
cool.
as well. He was like I mean, he had like maybe a few different hits, but what I'm trying to say is the dude was hot, man.
Yes.
Okay,
He
I'm
was
about to get
hot.
checking him out.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what's crazy though is as I work so much and I don't, you know, I can't even tell you like an artist right now with the number one hit. I don't even have time to listen to music sometimes. By the time I get done making music, I don't allow myself time to listen to music.
Right.
I'm at work. I'm in customers' houses where I
Yeah.
got 67-year-old ladies running around. And the type of music that I like to listen to, they're not going to really get down with. So it's not like I can really, you know, listen to music there. So that's what's it's cool. I think sometimes because it allows me to be myself at all times.
Exactly.
I don't have to get a favorite artist and start. Did
My,
you ever been in a crowd, a room, like to listen to the way you talk? You
Mhm.
ever been in a crowd of people, and next thing you know, you start catching yourself saying words that they say, or the way that they pronounce things, you start pronouncing it that way.
Pack
I don't,
mentality.
as an artist, I've never allowed myself to be put in that situation. I think that's to me, actually an asset because it allows me to be myself.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Study those charts, though, man. Study those.
I am. I'm
You don't
trying.
have to.
I
Hey,
have
you
been
don't have
harder.
to listen to the radio, listen to what's on, but study those hits, though. Because if you
Yeah.
study those hits, you can learn a lot. It sounds like to me like you got your own swag, your own substance. So yeah, man, I'm really interested in hearing what you got to offer coming up.
Yeah.
I
So
appreciate it.
speaking of,
Michael, I see you down there.
um, you just released some music, and you're going
Yeah.
to release some music.
I am. Yeah, we got the we just got done doing Inner Demons. I'm back. Um, and then we got I'm wrong, the Hitman down there throwing tomatoes at me in the chat. Him and TJ Freak. They blessed me and helped me out a lot with jumping on this song. Um, and really help polishing this thing into something. Uh, and then I also have a song that drops 4th of July called Empty, and that's got TJ Freak on it as well. And it's a pretty powerful song. He actually sent me a message and was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna be real with you. Uh, you you brought something out of me with this one." And he said he had to go sit down with the pen and the pad and write to it. I was like, "That's good." I built a lot of people don't realize with TJ and Samrock, before I was even into music, I can show you I can show you messages where from 4 years ago, before I was doing music or attempting to try music, I had sent TJ and Samrock a message because they were looking for a singer to re-sing a hook on a song that they did a couple years back. And I never got. Now, don't get me wrong, I get it. It's they don't know who I am from Adam and Eve, so I
Right.
got that open message, no response, and got into the graphics and stuff like that. They ended up finding out who I was. Then when they found out, hey, we did music, we all started working together. Now look at us. So it's like God tests you, and if you want something bad enough, don't stop pushing, because eventually you will have what you're chasing. Life wasn't meant to be easy. It was meant to mold us, shape us into the people that we were meant to become. So you could choose to sit there and be lazy, or get out there and bust your ass. And I feel like that's what I did, because now I actually got the guy on songs and doing songs with me, mixing songs for me. The same guy who left me on Red 4 years ago. So, sorry,
Right.
TJ, I ain't trying to call you out like that, but I mean, I think it's cool.
Shame,
I really
shame
do.
on you, TJ. Shame on you, man.
That's okay. With well over half the people that you have named off, we've got interviews with. So no, it's absolutely cool, and it does their messages and their inboxes get piled up on just like the rest of ours, only
Yeah.
worse. And you'll learn that you flick it off. There will
Yeah.
be a time when it's like, okay, it's downtime now. There
Yeah.
will be a time, and I have a feeling that it's not going to be too far off.
Yeah.
Did I send you I'm Back, Wyatt?
Was it on the messenger?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, let me see.
They are on the messenger. Yeah. But yeah, if we have that one, I might not have grabbed that one.
I have I'm Wrong and Inner Demons.
Okay. Can we listen to I'm Wrong? You go with that?
I'm game. Let's run it. This y'all's chicken. I'm just here to pluck some feathers.
There you go. I love it. So yeah, here's I'm Wrong featuring Hitman and TJ Freak.
I wasn't born with a silver spoon. I was raised like a slave.
Train wreck.
Ain't found a reverend to tell me the truth. Where is your guidance?
I'm at 100 on the highway, got the devil riding shotgun, I'm rolling. We sipping whiskey from that bottle, my foot pressed out on the throttle, I'm gone. Told me I'll grab that dotted line, better buckle up, it's gonna be hell of a ride. I'm at 100 on the highway, got the devil riding shotgun, I'm rolling. I grew up in a home where Bama power took that me to love my mother, though my father seemed the only one to be. I've been rolling down that long, long road alone. Why done seen a lot along the way? I can't go back now, even if I try. Too far gone, never been the one to swallow my pride, even though I know I'm wrong now. Put me in a boot, y'all done got me in my zone now. I've been the prime child now, I'm too long now. Ain't no hiding that about me. Throw a roll around now, let's more ties than barrels. Well, I know that I'm wrong now, so what you do for about my way? Got a devil riding shotgun, ain't got no time to wait. Said you already live wrong, so won't you sign up on that line? Looking that off in the eye, and I told her, why can't you enjoy that? We sipping whiskey from that bottle, my foot pressed down on the throttle, I'm gone. Told me I'll grab that dotted line, better buckle up, it's gonna be hell of a ride. I'm at 100 on the highway, got the devil riding shotgun, I'm rolling. I'm at 100 on the highway with the devil riding shotty. He's telling me the way that I'm living nothing much here to lose. I never had shit to prove. So now that I'm letting loose, I'll be the bad guy in your scenario. I'll be the song you used to love that no longer plays on your stereo. I'm here but feel forgotten. Love I've known was lost. Friends, they always plotting. He tells me that's just a cost. Pedal down to the metal, both my fingers crossed. I hope to see tomorrow. If not, this one's for y'all. I'm at 100 on the highway, got the devil riding shotgun. I'm rolling. We sipping whiskey from that bottle, my foot pressed down on the throttle. I'm gone. Told me I'm grabbing that dotted line. Better buckle up, it's gonna be hell of a ride. I'm at 100 on the highway, got the devil riding shotgun. I'm
Then there's that.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Brother, you got talent, man. You going places. Look, that was hot, Doc. That
appreciate
was
it.
hot. Actually, you blew me away because that was better than what I expected.
I appreciate it.
So
I really do.
when I say that, man, you got it, man.
I appreciate it. And honestly, fame or not, it's at least I can say that I went out trying. It I honestly don't even know where that song came from. It just happened.
It just happened, and it happened perfectly, and just the right mixture, the right ingredients.
Well, you feel deep, man, and I can tell by your conversation piece that you really have a philosophy and a motivational counterpart, and you got all of that mixed in with the artistry, and man, that's the element for great artists like Marvin Gaye and folks like that who have that. You got it. You got
I've
it.
seen I didn't grow up in a bad home. My mom was one of the moms that was able to get out. The very beginning of that song says, I grew up in a home where Bama Power took to me to love my mother, though my father seemed to only want to beat her. The whole point of that is I was in a home. My sperm donor, who I could care less what he's got going on right now. He wasn't the greatest. He wasn't the greatest person to my mother and me or my little brother growing up. But my mom got out at an early age, so I was lucky enough to have a dad. Matter of fact, it caused me my dad, Harold Fuller, that I call my father. His Christmas present last year or this past Christmas was me changing my last name to his last name. Not only me changing my last name, but changing me and my wife's son, Cason's last name to his last name. So I had a good father in my life. I had a good mother. And when I tell you that, man, he wasn't at every baseball game. No, he wasn't at every football game. Probably wasn't because I sucked at both of them. Two, because he was out busting his ass, making sure that the lights was on for us. And as a child, you don't understand that. But as you get older, that's the number one thing that you respect the most out of it. But I do have family that grew up in really shitty situations. I have friends that grew up in really shitty situations, and they wasn't into music. They could care less. But I was always that guy. Like, if people would come and they would talk and stuff like that, and I would paint pictures. I would write stories, make music off of things that has happened in their lives. Like, you can come and tell me something that's going on, and I'll make a song about it, something that you can relate to. Music to me isn't just something go da 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 da. Yeah, the little dumb catchy stuff that don't make no sense. That might be relevant in some places, but I've always liked doing music that I know that somebody out there can relate to. I don't care whether it's one person or a million people. Somebody out there is going to relate to it.
Right.
And I think honestly, that's where this song came from.
And you guys, wrote the hook?
Yeah, so that's me singing the hook, and then that's me in the first verse.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Hitman on the second verse,
Mm-hmm.
and then TJ Freak is actually he did the mix and master on it, and he called me and he goes, he's like, hey, this is hot. You mind if I put the razzle dazzle on it? And I was like, well, what's the razzle dazzle? And, he's actually doing my harmonies and my backups.
Okay.
So
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Now you produced it, right? You were the producer for it?
no, he did everything. So the mix, the master, and everything was the beat was made by Trainwreck Kenny, the City Chief's brother. Shout out Trainwreck Kenny. He killed this beat. He honestly, no, he blew my mind with this. Hitman actually put me in contact with him. I shouldn't even mention his name with all the tomatoes he's down there throwing. But yeah, no, he put us in contact. We got this thing rolling. We got it all put together, sent it over there to TJ. He had it back to us, and we had to sit down after listening to this because we knew we had something cool. We're actually trying to get time. He's working constantly. I'm working constantly. We're actually trying to get a music video shot for this.
Oh yeah, I would love to see how you interpret that. That'll
Absolutely.
be hot. That'll be
Yes.
hot.
Absolutely. Be sure to tag me in it.
All right, I will.
A few times tag me in
All
it.
right.
And then, how are we on time, Wyatt?
We have about 15, 20 minutes left.
Okay. Okay. So it hasn't been released yet.
No.
And it's going to be released on July 4th,
Yep, 4th of July.
but we were able to get our hands on it.
Oh.
So
Oh,
it's an exclusive.
okay.
Yeah. Do you mind if we play it?
Run it.
That's
I mean,
what's up.
this is a good one.
So this is Empty with TJ Freak.
Drop Danny.
Chef Sam cooking up a dope show.
Well, I was baptized by the whiskey in that old creek. Now I'm all alone, I'm drowning in the sorrow. I poured my heart out into the shit, but I still feel so empty. Round one, come and get it if you want some, son, come and get it. I ain't playing around, we can knuckle up any motherfucking time, any motherfucking place. How you try to top that when they come up in the back? Open up my cock bed, dodging where the cops said, hanging with the Glock said, come and get it if you want some, son, come and get it. I'm the dude, pull up on you in the two-tone curve stone with the boots on, put a 6 foot deep, mama cried, it's the piece on a tombstone, sang couple songs and we moved on, yeah. Fuck a pull figure, I was sick with the drug dealers, heavy hitters in the goons. Pop up in the box top with the top drop, keep a Glock cock, case a hater wanna let loose. May God grant me the serenity to accept and kill all the monsters that I cannot change. The courage to enter any dark cave, room, or dungeon that I'm afraid to enter. And the wisdom to find the sword, the friends, and the potion to make that difference. Let's get it, dude. Well, I was baptized by the whiskey in that old creek. Now I'm all alone, I'm drowning in the sorrow. I poured my heart out into the shit, but I still feel so empty. Round two, on another pint of 151 proof is gone because I put my soul into what I do for y'all. And lately I've been wondering if I done used it all. My friends tried to give me help, I just do with more fucking therapy, but I ain't in the mood to talk. And if I get to thinking that I'm finna lose it all, I'll rap about my feelings in another stupid song. Cause y'all really just put a notorious motherfucker in a room full of meal bitches, sticking me in the boot. Cause people telling you this music shit's the only way I get a meal ticket. Other rappers in my lane like to act like I'm contagious as fuck. It's probably cause I'm so ill with it. I gotta pay a free feature just to get them on their own song, and they still release it and deal with it. Little chickens and sheep, following and idolizing these animals that claim to be the biggest in the world, when in all reality, they're not even the biggest on the farm. They spray painted the same sticks and snares the other bands have. Don't be fooled into believing they march to the beat of a different drum. Well, I was baptized by the whiskey in that old creek. Now I'm all alone, I'm drowning in the sorrow. I poured my heart out into the shit, but I still feel so empty.
Bro,
I like it.
you got some people jamming in the streets. They dancing in the streets to your jams, man. People stopping and everything. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, so
Cool, man. I
we
appreciate
have
that.
we have pretty much like ceiling to floor glass.
I keep seeing
And,
people walking by. I'm like, wow.
Oh
this is
yeah,
nice.
yeah, in the roof, like yeah. So they walk past and
Oh yeah,
they
stopping
can
and
hear
jamming.
us.
Oh
So,
well. All right.
yes.
That's what's up. Is that who everybody's waving at? Like,
Yeah, they walk
Yeah.
past, they wave at us, we wave back.
hey, that's cool right there.
Yeah, yeah, we sometimes have people stop and hang out for a minute, and yeah, it's definitely
That's
a
pretty cool.
different situation, for sure. Um,
So
hi, bye.
so let me ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
The industry is right now, and I don't know how much you studied it, but look, it's right now. Hip hop is like a $10 billion industry. It passed there probably that mark in 3 years ago, and it's Drake sold more albums than the Beatles to date. Let's say, where do you see yourself fitting into that genre specifically? Where do you see yourself fitting in it? And how do you see yourself figuring into that big old piece of pie right there?
You give me a seed, I'm gonna make you a tree. It
What's up?
it's up to me. There's room for everything. You just gotta find your spot, and the quickest way to finding your spot is being yourself. Don't do what everybody. This is what I tell everybody. I got a lot of friends, and that they want to. Everybody say, "Oh, I'm gonna become a country rapper," but they're better at singing. So do singing. Oh, you want to be a screamo artist, but you're trying to do opera. Like, don't do what God gave you the talent to do. Stop trying to
right.
fit in where you don't belong. Be yourself,
Amen.
and
That's right.
there will be room for you in this game. Uh, that's honestly the best thing that I can see, and I think that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm not trying to follow. Why would I do something somebody else has already done? The quickest way to be known and be relevant is doing something that hasn't been done yet.
Yes.
And so that's kind of where I'm trying. And I'm not saying that I've done it, and I probably won't do it, but I'll be damned if I ain't gonna say I'm trying.
Right.
Right.
No, yeah, no. You have the drive and the passion behind what you're doing.
And
Oh shit. I appreciate that hit, man. Finally something nice. But
in
go
the
ahead.
in
Go
the
ahead.
substance, I mean, I wouldn't say it if you didn't have the talent, and it's from somebody who's been in the industry for years, man. I started off with Virgin Records back in the day,
Okay.
and I mean, it was my first job. I interned with them, and I mean, did everything else. So you could look at. I'm a journalist as well, so I mean, words
Okay.
mean a lot, but your artistry, man, is really it smacks you in the face, man, and it's real. It's real.
I
So
appreciate
yeah,
it. I
your
just hit my
fans
1 year mark.
really.
Yeah, I've only been
1
doing
year?
music. I just hit it. Just got the notification
You've been
like 2 weeks ago.
you've been out there hitting the streets in the grind for 1 year, but you've been doing this since
Yeah.
you were a little
I've
chap.
been in the music scene since I was little, but actually doing something with it and trying for a year, and it's been
That's what's up.
the coolest year so far.
That's what's up, man.
And you know what? To be honest with you, most 32-year-olds who are in music right now, most of them, not all of them, but they don't have the presence of mind of thinking ahead, and you're very aware of your surroundings and the stamp that you put on
Yeah,
the earth. So I'm sure you're your own worst critic,
I'm trying.
but
Yeah.
I definitely think that you got your own sound, and I think you're gonna go far.
And you
Yeah.
don't let yourself sponge off, or you don't let anybody typecast you. You're determined to be who you are. So that's the mark of a great artist too. You don't follow trends, because I don't
Thank
hear anything typical. I mean, I like Chris Stapleton, man. I think Chris Stapleton was the bomb. I think he's one of the best things that ever happened to country music. But
Oh yeah, him
even-
and Teddy Swims to me are just phenomenal when it comes to I'm sorry, I would love to see them
Man.
on an album together.
Oh man, hey, Chris coming to town. I'm gonna be the first one in the first seat, okay? But I mean, with you, man, I mean, you got the hip hop side, and I like hip hop. I'm gonna be honest. I don't say rap. I say hip hop, but I think you got
Yeah.
hip hop, and I think you got the countryside, and you got the rock side because your vocals don't just have a country edge, but you got a rock edge on your vocals too, and I hear it.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so that's what's up.
I think that's the main reason why I'm trying these different genres and doing the country EP and doing rap songs, and because it's gonna be the best way and the fastest way for me to figure out where I do belong at.
Yes.
Just go where you feel the most love at, and what's whatever they're responding to the most, you can go that route, but still be your individual self, and then you know.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
hey, man, it sounds like you got a lot going on. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, starting off at a more mature age, you, your words, your words are very powerful.
Appreciate it.
And you already being in and around the genre for well over a year, you've been able to see other people's trials and errors, and you know, so I think you're at the perfect age to be where you're at.
I've learned to accept the fact that just because you watch something not work for somebody else does not mean that it's not going to work for you. So don't be scared to don't be afraid to try it, because what's it going to hurt you? I mean, now, to the people who's watching, y'all don't go taking that too crazy now. I mean, I ain't talking about none of the weird stuff, but if it's a dream or something that you want to chase, do it now while you have the opportunity, because when you get older, you're really going to be mad at yourself or not. Because honestly, I'm mad at myself for giving up at an early age. Whether I had the money to back it or not, I still should have kept doing it, even if it wasn't just to make little stupid songs for my friends while we're riding down the road. I still should have stayed with it, because that would have trained me. That would have allowed me to create different cadences and flows and things like that I could utilize and use today. But I did. I gave up, and I'll always be upset with myself for that. So y'all don't do that.
To be fair, you got a good team going on.
Yeah.
And you can't do.
I'm proud of everybody.
Yeah, you can't come into any genre in music and do it all on your own. Like,
Oh yeah.
you
I mean,
have
I'm
to
gonna tell you right.
have-
Zilla Gorilla, TJ Free, Hitman. I mean, between City Chief, yeah, Bobby Briscoe was the first dude that I bought a beat from. And I gotta say, since we're talking about beats, that's another thing. Don't go stealing beats off YouTube. If you're gonna do it right. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah, make sure you got your licensing. Make sure you all that, because if that
Pay for
song
it.
makes $1 million, understand publishing, because publishing is like the oil game. It's where the money's coming from, and a lot of artists make the mistake of not understanding publishing. And if you don't understand publishing, you're signing your life away, and people are taking your rights. But you're writing the hits and all of that. And I mean, one good song, you can live off the gratuity of that song for the rest of your life, right?
Yep,
Facts.
So,
absolutely,
hey.
absolutely.
And you got a lot of good songs, man. And I wanted to hear Inner Demons. I was hoping Miranda would have said
And
Inner
I'm gonna tell you,
Demons,
that's actually my whole family's on that song. Tiffany's actually on it. My kids are on it. And yeah, I involved the whole. Like, I cried right doing this song. It took me and my son over an hour just to record his little 5-second intro, because it took so long. And y'all don't believe it, but I was literally over there. I was like, you hear me on the microphone saying, all right, you got to say it just like, say it with your chest now. You got to stand up, say it right. And so we would sit there, and then I'd have to go and cut what I'm telling him to do out, and then press everything. And like, it was honestly a really cool experience, but it's out. Check it out. If it's honestly a great song, probably one of my favorite songs. And I think honestly, just because I was able to do it with my family.
Yeah, those usually mean the most. Yeah, absolutely. So if you haven't already, check out Southern Prospect over on YouTube. Yeah, I'm guessing you're kind of everywhere. YouTube, Spotify.
I am. YouTube, Twitter, everywhere. My YouTube sucks because I got like one video. That's where my flaw is. I release songs and I never get music videos done. So YouTube's a place for videos, and so my music, it sucks over there. Spotify's, it was doing great, but unless you're releasing music at least 2 to 3 times a week, you're not going to gain numbers over there. So but yes, no, everywhere. Spotify, literally on every streaming platform. I even pay the extra through DistroKid whenever we release. I pay extra just to be added to the new platforms as they come along. You
Oh,
can use my
wow.
music for TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. It don't matter where you're listening to music. I'm on Google now. You can say, "Hey Alexa, hey Google, play Southern Prospect," and it'll pull me up. So that was cool. My mom didn't believe me, and then she tried it, and there I was. So
No, that's what's up.
That's awesome.
Keep that good work up, man. And
Hmm.
have you got any tours going on? You got any?
I was actually supposed to be in Ohio with Alexander King this past Saturday, but we had a death in the family, and then I got some personal things going on here at home that I had to take care of. So I had to call Rich and let him know, like, hey, I can't make it.
Yeah.
Uh, but no, like outside of that, nobody knows who I am, and that is the hardest thing for me because I'm still so early in this game. It's hard to drive with gas prices $5 a gallon. It's hard to drive 15 hours to do a free show.
Hmm.
Um, that's honestly one of the hardest. People don't want to pay an artist who don't have numbers. You got to have numbers or some way to show that you're relevant, even if you are a dope artist. And I respect that. I really do because
Yeah.
sorry, you gotta. That's just how the game is.
Yes. Yes, you definitely have to pay your dues.
Get yourself out there though. Get yourself. Don't be afraid to hit some of those big cities, even if
I'm
it'll pay
trying.
off in the long run. New York, Chicago,
Yeah,
Florida. Hit them because you're not just you cross a lot of genres. So man, they will really respect your gift. You know what I mean?
appreciate it.
They will. So hey, and you know what? It's not gonna take long for you.
Mm-mm.
It's not. I mean, Miranda's played some stuff for me, and I don't want to put nobody's artistry down because I'm not that type of person. But I said, hey, Miranda, that ain't going to McDonald's. That ain't going around the block and back. But I don't really feel that same way about you. And man, hey, get that gift out there to the world because a lot of people will respect it.
Hmm.
I appreciate it. I really do. I appreciate you.
And what you have to say is relevant.
Thank you. I try. Be be who God made you to be. Don't fake it. There's only one of you.
Very true. And you said that you were pulling, you're pulling more away from the 4K vision.
Well, I'm not pulling away from it. I'm just not gonna be. It's not a open to the public type. I'm gonna eventually make it a not more of an
Oh,
open to the public type business. If you want me to do something for you, it's more on the exclusive level.
man,
And
you got to have his phone number. Just saying.
yeah,
You
You
gotta
got
get them
you got to
digits.
you got to be part of the fan club and the VIP club, right?
Right, exactly.
You can't get in the VIP club unless you know somebody,
There you go.
unless you know Hitman or somebody, right?
That's what's up. That's what's up. Um, so yeah, favorite favorite venue that you've either went to a show at or you've actually performed at?
Gorilla Fest, Columbus, Georgia, this past year. That was my biggest crowd, and there was a moment. You can actually go to my TikTok and watch the video. There was a moment where between me and TJ and Zilla, like there was portions of that show where the crowd just moves away and just everybody leaves. And then it was like when we got on stage and being an artist who thought he was nobody, I found out very quickly people actually like me. Uh, I got up there and I was doing my song, and there was this one point where everybody was hollering, and I seen all the cell phone lights where they were recording all the lights that was on me. I had the most humble feeling come across me. I couldn't do nothing but just hang. I had to stop. I couldn't even finish. And you actually see it in the video where I just hang my head and I start smiling. I'm like, damn, here it is. This is it. Like, if you can't learn to respect that, then you'll never have the opportunity to respect what's to come. And it was a great time. Shout out Joe People Shouty, TDUL, him and his wife. They came out. That's also a major asset to what I have going on, and who somebody who's backing me. That the song the Inner Demons. That man spent so much time. He called me and was like, bitch, I'm mad at you. I'm like, why? He said, you didn't tell me that there was gonna be that many stems, because even down to the all the backup harmonies, everything. Like I sent him a list of stuff when it comes to stems, but he took something and made it phenomenal. So nah, he was there. So and he drove all the way from Panama City just to watch this. So it was that's my favorite show. One, big crowd. Two, because I got to do it with my family, the same people who put me in this game.
Wow, that's what's up.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. So maybe eventually you can just be the artist.
Eventually, yeah, that's what I'm shooting for.
Solid foundations, man. And
That's it.
you gotta be very careful in this game.
Thanks.
Who you believe and who you trust, because those who are smiling in your face are probably
Snakes
talking
still move
shit
in
your back.
short grass.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Is that it for us?
Mm-hmm.
That's it?
Yeah.
Hey, man, one thing before you go. Expect the worst and you never be disappointed, all right?
Facts.
Use that. Use that.
I will. I like that.
Do me a favor, hang out for a minute. Just go ahead and mute. We'll close
Will.
out and we'll come back to you. Thank you
good.
so much for coming on the show.
And I appreciate everybody stopping in and watching. I love you guys. Can't wait to see you. For y'all to see what's to come.
Yes, thank you guys so much. Thank you. So yeah, so I guess I get to do Joe's part. Joe's not here.
Good luck.
I know, right? I'm
mess
not
it up.
even. Yeah, I know, right? I got it wrote down. So, shout out to Wyatt over here at Wave One. Podcast needs. He can even go mobile if you want him to. I'm just saying, just throwing it out there. And then Joe, he does all of our graphics, the website, the digis each week, everything like that. JK Multimedia Productions. And then One World Transatlantic and Soul America. One World Transatlantic Global.
One World Transatlantic Global Media in Soul America. The undertone for the Great Monday Love podcast.
Yeah. Yes.
The associative effort
There you go.
to a greater or lesser degree, but she's our own boss, so.
I don't know, man. Need some direction sometime. But so yeah, so we've come to the end. We won't be on next week. Next week's July 4th. The following week, you definitely want to tune in. And just keep in mind, all of you guys have hated on Monday once or twice in your day, so let Monday love you.